Lowered expectations.
Get that stuff out of here! It's Southwest Bias!
Welcome into another edition of Southwest Bias, brought to you by our friends at the Husband and Wife Law Team. Excited to have them on board here with us. And you got to know that with the Husband and Wife Law Team, you're going to, if you get in a serious accident, you're going to call the Husband and Wife Law Team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at husbandandwifelawteam.com. And we are live from Studio K, brought to you by our friends at Circle K. Make sure to get your Inner Circle membership today by downloading the Circle K app. And thank you for joining me for your telehealth appointment today. I'm Dr. Greg Esposito, your psychologist for today. And, I was looking here at your chart, and you're obviously dealing with some anger issues, some frustration, some false expectations, if I'm looking here correctly. I'm a little concerned about you right now. Why are you so angry? What is it about the Phoenix Suns right now that's got you feeling so down? I mean, if we had this appointment earlier, I mean, we could have talked about the fact that this team's a 35-38 win team. I mean, I've been here. I've been telling other people. I know this is our first time for the telehealth here. I mean, I'm just looking, and I don't quite get it. This team has a brand new head coach, a guy who's never coached before in the NBA. You've got 2/3 of a new roster. I mean, that's not going to come together quickly. I mean, a new offensive and defensive system, according to the chart. Are you okay? I mean, these things point to it's going to take a little time. It also points to maybe accepting some moral victories might be good for your mental health. I mean, yeah, Monday night would have been nice to win. There were flaws in Utah, but many of which we kind of expected. That's before, I mean, let's take a look at this other fact. You've been missing 2/5 of your starting lineup. Is it really worth screaming about and getting so angry and worked up over right now? I'm okay with the expectations, but yours seem a little out of line with the situation. I'm concerned right now as a medical professional that there might be a little more under this. Did somebody hurt you? Oh, the last 2 years hurt you. No, I understand. And rightfully so. I mean, those can be some deep scars that we probably need to work through. But taking it out on this team, I don't know that's what's going to actually help you feel better. I mean, we've seen flashes of what we thought was going to be this team. Sure, going down 20 to the Kings and the Jazz was concerning, but they fought back like we thought they were going to. Didn't that make you feel a little bit better? Didn't you find some joy in watching that and seeing a team that didn't just curl up in the corner and, like some of the patients that visit me? This team has got that fight. And you see some of the building blocks of how this can continue to get better this year and into the future. I mean, the offensive system, I heard you. I know you're frustrated with Jordan Ott right now. Okay, your feeling is valid, and I recognize that. But I did some research, and NBA.com, according to their advanced metrics, 4 of the 8 top wide open guys in the NBA on shots this year, no defender within 6 feet, are Suns. And so are 3 of the top 4, 2 of which are Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen. The offensive system's getting them looks. There's little things that will get better, but those expectations and you placing them on this team, projecting that anger that it feels like that you've got, that's not healthy. I mean, look at the final 23, 24 seconds in that Utah game. Shouldn't you feel okay about what they accomplished? Devin Booker hit 2 threes. They won a jump ball after tying up, the Jazz. They wound up tying the game on a crazy tip-in by a guy in Mark Williams that we've been dying to see perform. Yeah, there's disappointment. Disappointment's a natural feeling. There's nothing wrong with feelings. But channeling it the right way, I think, is what we need to do here. I want you to work on some breathing exercises. Like, find some healthy outlets. Maybe touch grass every once in a while. Ground yourself. Because this is going to be an immensely long season for you if you don't. This is going to be a lot of ups and downs. And I think calming down a little bit might be in your best interest. It's not just a doctor's opinion. It's also might just be my Southwest bias. We welcome in the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach, as I take off my medical attire and I come back to the real world. Shane, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I took that crash course doctorate last night, and
congratulations.
So I could talk to the people. Yeah, I mean,
where are you hanging the MD?
It'll be back here on the wall. I got it from Michigan State University.
Nice. Very nice.
One of those quick 4-hour programs that gave me everything I needed to know. Am I being too casual with this? I feel like freaking out after 4 games where they've shown some things, and they've shown some things we expected them to be bad at for a team that didn't have high expectations, and the ceiling was 35, 38 wins best. Seems like a little bit of an overreaction.
What did you say before the show? It's a fool to be a prisoner of the moment.
Yes.
That's the best way to describe it. This team isn't fully healthy, obviously. You're missing the main trade piece of the Kevin Durant deal still. Obviously, this team is going to be at full strength. And I get the main concern is the team's defense. Sure. It's not a good thing when looking at this. That was supposed to be one of the strengths of this team. They were supposed to flip from last year, and it's been even worse.
It's been worse in stretches that you've gone down, right? In their comeback portions against the Kings and the Jazz, you saw flashes of what we expected that led to fast break baskets and easy baskets so they could go on an 18-2 run to cut that against Utah. There's been flashes, and that's where I find a little bit of hope. There are things that are frustrating or annoying, but there's flashes of hope that you see what we were thinking. And in a new system on both ends of the court, think you got to have a little bit of perspective with that, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I also think you need to get Colin Gillespie more minutes.
I agree. I'd like to see Colin get more minutes. Let's be frank. I'm done with Oso Ighodaro as your starting center. It was an experiment. I understand in part it was out of necessity, but I'm done with that. Whether Mark Williams is ready to play the starter minutes or you give Nick Richards the start to try to have some rim protection and rebounding, and then you move into Nick Williams coming into the game. Or Mark Williams, sorry. Mark Williams. I knew a Nick Williams. Well, Mark Williams come into the game, like that's I'm done. Oso can play spot minutes when you need a distributor. You can experiment with him at the 4, but I'm done with him at the 5. I think that's part of what's been costing you too.
Can I derail this for a second?
Go ahead.
I kept calling Mark Williams Robert Williams because obviously there's another tall guy named Robert Williams in the NBA. And then I remembered there's also a what's the other one's name? There's Robert Williams, Mark Williams, and why am I blanking on the last one? Chad, help me out. They're all injury-prone big men that sound like they're accountants. Mark, Robert, and what's the other one? God, Patrick.
Patrick Williams.
Mark, Robert, and Patrick.
They actually have a CPA firm together. Williams, and Williams.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, the whole center thing with this team was going to be weird going into the year. You have 4 on the roster that are all playing. I mean, Malawash to some extent, but it was always weird coming into the season. Why they did that, we still don't really know. Obviously, I think it was to give Kamon some more runway,
which I think he needs.
For sure, he definitely does. But also, like, were you expecting to contend? Like, it's okay if he makes mistakes, right? That's the only thing that I don't really understand there. How is this helping him by not getting the in-game experience while having the other centers ahead of him?
Because I think you get him those minutes in practice against those guys, you build it up. Like we saw in the mid-2010s, the damage you can do to young guys by just throwing them out there and hoping that they play okay enough. Like I want to see them grow this young talent. That's why I'm not going to freak out that Rasheer Fleming and Kamon Malawach have played limited minutes. Hey, guess what? You know a guy that played limited minutes in the first 6 months of the first 3 months of his rookie season? Devin Booker. All right. Sometimes guys need a little more seasoning. Sometimes guys need those practice reps to get comfortable in their system. From Malawach's perspective, he's freaking 18 years old. Like that's why people are panicking, freaking out. Why are they not? Because it's 4 games in. Because you're still trying to figure out your rotations. Because you have a long-term plan. Do you really care about the first 4 games if you're looking at both of those guys as 10 years? With your team, if you play your cards right, even 5 years with your team, like that's the thing. We are, again, Suns fans in particular are such, prisoners of that moment, prisoners of the moment. And it's so much of it is the last 2.5 years. There's all this pent up frustration. And now you expect some microwave miracle. That's exactly what everybody complained that they tried to do the last 2 years.
Yeah.
This is a slow burn. This is a simmer. Like this, if you want Jordan not to cook, you can't expect him to make you a gourmet meal out of a bag in the microwave.
That's the other thing is everyone has faith in this coach because of the way he talks, communicates, and how he's carried himself so far. Why? Because it at least on the surface and of what we've seen in when he has his hand in the jar of offenses like with Kenny Atkinson, you have faith in his X's and O's. You would assume he's going to adjust some things. You would assume that they're going to figure some stuff out. But you can't really adjust things when you're not at full strength yet. So just wait.
Yeah, I mean,
take a chill pill.
Yeah, you haven't even seen the starting lineup yet, and I feel like we got a lot of people going to a caricature artist at the theme park and expecting a Picasso or a Da Vinci, and you're like, No, we know what this season is. We didn't act like this was another championship team. This is a team trying to find its way, find the pieces that take you to that level again. This was the bridge year. People were fed up with what was going on. Well, change hurts sometimes. Change is 2 steps back before you take 1 forward. We're in the middle of that right now. And if they had won yesterday, how much different would that tune have been? 2-2, 500. Look at this team. They did exactly what we were expecting. Look at that heart, that grit, and they did it without Dylan Brooks. But because they fell short in overtime, it's panic town. It's where the young guys. It's Devin Booker is trash. And that Devin Booker's defense can be a hell of a lot better. Let's make that very clear.
What happened 2 years ago? It was miles ahead of where it was when he came into the league.
Yeah, I think team defense is a big part of it, right?
Yeah, but he's on ball defense even, and the mental lapses. Like the amount of times I see him switch to the wrong guy or get backdoored, it's confusing and you know what it might be, and what it probably is the usage rate on offense definitely ticks down how well you can perform on defense.
Yeah, I mean that's some of it.
Again, why I think Jalen Green could help defensively, surprisingly, because you can take the load off of the other players on offense so they can focus better on the defensive side of the ball.
I think some of it too is the defense as a whole has been committing those mental mistakes. This is sloppy right now. This is communication isn't sharp. This is you don't have a center that's actually going to bail you out if a guy gets by you. So are you overthinking that right now? When you have Williams and Richards, and if Malawach eventually gets there, that's some protection behind you, right? That's part of what's going on. The Devin Booker storyline is crazy to me too. There's people trying to run him out of town already. Like, okay, what did you expect? I mean, last night, yeah, could he have shot better from the field? Sure. He had 34 and 11. Like, okay. And people will be like, well, those are counting stats. He had 2 turnovers. No, everybody had moments in that game, pockets where it was tough, but he's getting double and triple teamed right now. I'll make judgments when we're 10 games in and we see some patterns. We see what they look like with a starting lineup, but panicking over a team you didn't expect to be world beaters seems interesting to me, to say the least. I think a team you can panic over right now, though, Shane, is your Sun Devils. Sam Leavitt not going to play next game, according to reports. The game against Iowa State.
Sam Leavitt will not play against Iowa State. He was seen in a boot this morning, and he is going to be out and try to get healthy after the bye week. And that's scary because if they're saying he's trying to get healthy after the bye week, that means it's not great. I was talking to some people last night and this morning, and it is just really unfortunate. When you think back about the biggest games this team has played, they haven't really been healthy once. You know, you didn't have Jordan Tyson for the Big 12 championship or the Peach Bowl. You didn't have Sam Leavitt for some big games last year and this year. Like there are a lot of things that you look back on this team and you think, damn, what if? And that stinks because college football, the moment is so fleeting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In college sports, like you're not getting another year of Jordan Tyson. You'll most likely get another year of Sam Leavitt at this point. You're not getting another year of that defense that returned 10 starters. And that stinks.
Yeah, well, this is the polar opposite of last year. Everything that could go right went right. Everything that could go wrong this year has gone wrong, and that's a difficult reality to face as a Sun Devil fan. And without Sam Leavitt, I don't know that it's going to change much on that front. On the other side of the break, our friend, the man, the myth, the guy that I always play games with, Mark McClune, will join us, and I've got a doozy of a game to play with him. Stick around. It's right after this. Talking about Gila River Resorts and Casino. Spent last night out at Wild Horse Pass, and it was quite the experience. The sports equinox going on I hate that name, but yeah, we had Monday Night Football, the World Series, the Suns game. I assume there was hockey on, but there's no reason to watch it here in Arizona right now. And it was a spectacular experience. The food was on point, the drinks were great, and the company was even better out there at Wild Horse Pass. And if you want to experience some of the best service, food, and fun in the Valley, you do it with our friends at Gila River Resorts and Casinos at Wild Horse Pass, Lone Butte, Vequiva, Santan Mountain, and all of those locations have some of the best food that you're going to have. Plus, unbelievable gaming floors with 4,500 slots and live table games. It is spectacular. Go big and go home a winner. From upscale to approachable, casual to classy, from bar to bar none, their selection of dining options is always in good taste. So you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. And Rally House. You looking to gear up before Monday Night Football? You looking to gear up before that next Suns home game? You're looking to find that paper bag before you have to go watch ASU football play this weekend? Our friends at Rally House have you covered. It's the go-to spot to shop all your favorite local team gear with tens of thousands of products to shop from. Locations in Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale. Yeah, they got one in Mesa out in my neck of the woods. It's amazing, and I've been there multiple times. You got to check out Rally House for all your game day needs. They got hats, jerseys, drinkware, signage, coolers, socks, I mean, even sunscreen, which I think our friend Mark McClune might need based on where he's at today. So whatever you're looking for, they've got it. They carry only Arizona sports teams, too. Every time you visit a Rally House, you're guaranteed to find something new, unique, and that matches your game day vibe. Find your local Rally House location and shop their entire product line online at rallyhouse.com today. I told you before the break, my friend Mark McClune is joining us, my partner in crime from Vegas and here in the Valley. Mark, how are you?
I'm good. Trying to get here we go. Let me try that. Just literally fresh off the Cardinals practice field. Kyler Murray was out there. Couldn't tell how much he could do, but I would think it's trending towards him getting back on the field on Monday night against Dallas.
That is everything that we've heard as well. Before we get into a little Cardinals, I want to ask you, Phoenix Suns, talked about him in the first segment. How are you feeling when it comes to this Phoenix Suns team? And does it feel like some of the angst that we're seeing might be a little misplaced?
Yeah, I say give them a good 15 games to really figure out what they are. We need to see Jalen Green. We need to see Booker if he can get free. I think we're seeing flashes of the superstardom that we expect. So give them a couple more options on offense. Give Jordan out a little time to figure things out. I don't, my prediction before the season was they'd be kind of knocking at the door to go to a playoff, maybe in the play-in. I think that's where they still are, but I think they're exciting, and sign me up to watch a team that plays like they played last night.
What's been the bright spot of hope that you've seen from them? What stands out to you?
I think just the fight, and I think that's what we were promised. They were as advertised. I think last night you saw a team that wasn't going to quit and wasn't going to give in. And when Booker started making those crazy threes, I'm watching the World Series, Monday Night Football, and the Suns. I had a night off at home with my kids, and they were glued to Booker because he just took over and started doing Kobe type stuff. So, I don't know that he has enough help this year. We'll see. I mean, I really want to see if Jalen Green can maybe open some things up, but it's at least worth turning on Arizona's family sports every night that there's a Suns game on to see if they can do something kind of crazy like they almost pulled off last night.
The Cardinals, you're out there, as you mentioned. What's the vibe like that you can tell out there? And when you look at the quarterback situation, do you feel it's right to go back to Kyler? And do you think he can find a way to up those offensive numbers?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do have to go back to him because you know what you have with Jacoby Brissett if you have to go back to him. So I think Kyler in Dallas is a different deal, and you need to see on Monday night if he can get healthy and do some of the spectacular things that we know he can do. I do think that we're trending towards the offseason here, making a quarterback and Kyler moving on, but every time this guy's back is against the wall, crazy stuff happens. So count me in for just wanting to be in the moment, wanting to be in this week, wanting to see what happens. And I could see Kyler kind of jogging around out there. There wasn't any kind of like live stuff that we could see, but from just the running, he looked like he was spry, looked like he had a spring in his step. I think he'll be happy to go home. And against the Cowboys defense, this might be what everybody needs to get right here with Valley Sports, because we definitely need something.
Yeah, that we do. But we got something for the people. You know it. When you
Okay,
show
you
up,
always do.
When you show up, there's always a game to be played. And today, I got a doozy for you. It's called World Series or World Event. The premise is simple. I'm gonna give you an event. You gotta tell me, did it last longer than the World Series Game 3 did yesterday? First one, the Anglo-Zanzibar War or the World Series. What lasted longer?
No. Oh, man, this seems like a trick question, but I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to say the war.
Nope. The war lasted 38 to 45 minutes on August 27th, 1896. Shortest war in the history of the world. So
really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
I got to dive into that. Freddie Freeman, was there a Freeman involved?
It was Britain and I don't remember. I didn't do that much research. I just looked how long it lasted. Britney Spears and Jason Alexander's marriage or World Series Game 3, what lasted longer?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to say the marriage, but barely.
The marriage, yeah, it was 55 hours, and no, it wasn't the Jason Alexander from Seinfeld. It was a different Jason Alexander. Wally Backman as the D-backs manager or the World Series Game 3, which lasted longer?
Wally Backman, but not by much. I want to say that was like a little less than 24 hours.
It was 5 days, surprisingly. I thought it was under 24 hours, but it was 5 days. Goodwill towards the 2025-26 Phoenix Suns or the World Series Game 3, which lasted longer?
What was it again? The Goodwill tour?
Goodwill towards the Phoenix Suns of this season.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I think opening night we had a good party and a celebration. So I'll say that the Goodwill lasted longer than Game 3 of the World Series, but barely. People were not happy after the Denver game the other night.
Wrong. That was like, if you must not have been on Twitter. I think it lasted all of 5 minutes before the Kings took a lead. And then the final one, Max Hall as starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals or Game 3 of the World Series, which lasted longer?
Oh, Max Hall beating the defending champion New Orleans Saints, man. He got his helmet knocked off down by the goal line. That was a great, hot second. If you were talking about like a band that had like a hit, Max Hall definitely had some hits as quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. He also took some hits, and we wish him well because he was out at LA Queen Creek calling plays, and he's not there anymore, but I think he's a good man and got a good message, and wish Max Hall the best. Wish we could have had the hometown kid play a little longer.
Wish him the best as well, but it's a trick question. If you count it actually in minutes played, he only played 60, so the World Series game actually lasted longer than Max Hall as the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. Mark, it's always a pleasure. I'll let you get back to your actual job and stop goofing around with me here on the internet. Appreciate you, and you can catch Mark on AZ Family Sports and on their evening show at 10:30 every night.
Yeah, we'll see you then. I'm still trying to figure out how you count goodwill, so I'm going to need some sort of, some sort of tutorial on that.
I'll send you the equation after this. Thanks, Mark. That was Mark McClune, and that's another edition of Southwest Bias in the Books. My big thanks to Dr. Greg Esposito for stopping by to diagnose Suns fans and help everybody feel a little bit better. And even bigger thanks to the mustache behind the Mac, Shane Diefenbach. I wish he and his Sun Devils well with their ailments also. You can follow him at Shane Dief. You can follow the program at PHNX_sports. And you can follow me at Espo. And remember, it's 4 games. Take a breath. Some box breathing will help you. Ahoy, hoy.
We all silly like the mayor.